Hey everybody, it's Allie with ANC Photography. So I wanted to hop on here and do a quick review of KEH. I bought from MPB about a month ago. I am still loving the 85mm that I got from them. I bought it in good condition. It came in good and or if not better condition. A few little scratches around the outside of it. I mean, if you want to know the full review, I do have that on my channel if you want to go look. But right now, it's all about their competitor, KEH. I was going to buy an excellent condition lens and decided to risk it instead and try to save hundreds of dollars and do an ugly rated lens. If you go to their website, you can read the different rankings that they have for all of their lenses and gear and stuff. I was risking it very much so. So I wanted, and I have been wanting, a 28 to 70mm lens for a while now, probably for about a year or so. And they don't manufacture them anymore, at least Nikon does not. I do believe Canon still has at least the 24 to 70s. And I think Nikon's got the 24 to 70. I do believe so. Yeah, they do. But the 28 to 70 was discontinued, I do believe, in 2013, if not before then. I think they came out with them in 1999, if I remember right. And it's a pricey lens. And so, especially the 24 to 70, which is the lens that I was considering for the longest time, was the 24 to 70, because that's the one that's still being manufactured, but it is very expensive. It is a it's worth it. Don't get me wrong, the quality that you get out of a 24 to 70mm lens and the amount of versatility you get from it, by far, very much a well worth it lens. It is pricey though. It is not a necessity to do family photography. I started out with an 18 to 55mm kit lens, and I've grown my business from there. The lens that I got today is my 5th lens so far. And quite frankly, this lens and my 85, I would not have been able to afford this early on if it wasn't for buying used. So I do recommend MPB and KEH. I'll put it out there right now. I recommend KEH. They were, the website's easy to use. The lens itself was delivered on time. It was delivered, because it's an ugly condition lens, it does not have lens caps on it. So they put it in this case. It's cushioned. It's really nice. It's a good solid lens case. They put it in there. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I will purchase a lens cap here in, after I'm done filming, I'm going to go and just go ahead and buy one off of Amazon and have it shipped to me. And until it is here, I am going to keep it in here. So nothing happens to it. I have a session this weekend that I will be using it at, and I'm super excited for that. I have kids that will be in the session, some little ones, some sweet little girls. It's actually a family friend of mine that I've known for most of my life growing up. Her mom set up a session, and they are wanting a bunch of photos done of them while they're in town at the beach, and I'm super excited. So I got the lens, and I got it in ugly condition. I was very scared to get it in. It's part of the reason I paid extra money to get it shipped so quickly, because I was so scared that it was going to come in and be awful and I wouldn't have enough time to return it and get a new one. But honestly, I'm not returning it. As of right now, I mean, it's a little dinged up. I'll show you guys. It's the 28 to 70 f2.8 Nikon. And it has a silent wave motor, which I do enjoy, quieter ones, because that means this is not going to be super loud if I take it to weddings. You don't want to hear, the autofocus and everything else going when somebody's trying to save their vows. So I went ahead and got the 28 to 70 off of KEH. I got it in ugly condition, full and well knowing I was risking it, and it worked out. It saved me about $250 to $300 actually, buying it ugly rather than buying it in the excellent condition they have. There's fuzz. Honestly, I mean, I don't know if you guys will see, this thing is so big. And it is so heavy. But it is so awesome when it comes to the photos that it takes. There's like little, you can see right here on the focus ring, it's a little scratched up. It's used, you know, there's little wear and tear here and there. Nothing insane, honestly. There was the only issue that scared me to death taking it out of the packaging. There is a little bit of a scratch, which I will take it off and show you guys. Ooh, I might as well name her Bertha because she is a biggin. I don't know if you guys can tell what angle right there. There's a little bit of scratch on the back of it. And I took it out, I shot with it, and honestly, even with it stopped all the way down, you might be able to tell easier with it. Right here, oh, it's not focusing. Right, oh no, there we go, right around here. It's a little bit of a scratch. It's not affecting anything, honestly. I mean, you can tell around here, the mount, it's used. It's definitely used. It's not dirt, it's just worn down. Like you can tell, it's just worn down. It's not dirt. That is one thing with KEH, that things did come in cleaner than they did with NPB. NPB doesn't really clean their lenses before sending them out, which is the main issue I had with that. I had to sit there and clean a lot of it off. But, I mean, for an ugly lens, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but as I like to say when people ask me about how I like my used gear, it can be ugly on the outside as long as the photos it takes are pretty. As long as it works and there's no issues with the lens quality, there's no issues with the autofocus, which the autofocus is phenomenal, honestly. I tried it out and it was amazing. It was super quick, just instant, just about, it was wonderful. So as far as I'm concerned, the only issue that I had was that little scratch on the back that isn't even affecting the photo quality. It's really not, there's nothing that shows up when I take a photo with it. So ugly gear from KEH. If you want to give it a shot, I'm not going to tell anybody do it for sure. Go ahead, pull the trigger on it, go for it. Because it's a risk. You do not know what you're going to get. I saw so many people getting like just these immaculate, like almost brand new looking lenses. Ugly condition from KEH, so I risked it. Is this uglier than I thought it was, you know, that I was hoping it was going to be? Yes, 100%. But is it as bad as it could have been? No, not even close. Because I did see a couple of horror stories about it, and people were just, I mean, just the immense amount of fungus inside that camera lens was, I mean, it wasn't even my lens, and I was stressed out looking at it. So if you want to risk it, they do have a good return policy. Their customer service is wonderful. If you want to risk it, try it. I risked it because if it worked out, which it did, I saved hundreds of dollars. So, I mean, if you want to try and save some money and you are willing to take the time to risk having it come in and maybe having to return it in order to get a newer one or a better condition one, then go for it. I was willing to risk it and it worked out for me. I will probably come back to you guys in about a month. Sorry. My dog is sitting in her crate and just wiggling all around. Just being a cutie. Hi, Belle. But I will come back to you guys in about a month and give you guys some honest feedback again. I'm not sponsored. I mean, obviously I have like 11 subscribers. Nobody's gonna sponsor me. So at least not yet. I can, fingers crossed, one day. But even then, even if it is sponsored, I'm still gonna give you guys an honest review, flat out. Because I have so many new photographers that have followed me and that follow me on Facebook and that look for my insight on these things, and I'm not going to steer you guys wrong for the sake of making a buck. It's just not going to happen. But KEH, definitely, if you want to risk the ugly condition lens, go for it. There's a chance you need to send it back, but as far as I've heard, their customer service is great, so it wouldn't be too difficult to do that and just go ahead and, you know, continue to save money up, or just go ahead and get the more expensive excellent condition if you wanted to. So I got lucky. I've gotten lucky both times, and it saved me a lot of money with shopping used. I really, like, oh, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's nothing wrong with shopping used. There really isn't. Just make sure you're careful. Make sure you're not buying off the black market. Make sure you are double checking who you're buying from and that they are a reputable person, reputable business. Just double check everything, because it is camera gear. It is expensive, but buying used is helpful. So I do recommend KEH. I recommend MPB. There is also B&H. I have not ordered from them yet. I think I'm going to wait until I want to get a second camera body before I order from them, because I really don't need any more new lenses. I really don't. I might get a cheap macro lens and order it from them just for the sake of being able to give you guys a review and kind of test out that company and see how well. They're super reputable. I've heard really good things. I literally heard nothing, but good things about them. So I don't feel a super big need to order from B&H. They've made a pretty good name for themselves already, but MPB and KEH I know are, I think, kind of ranked below them as far as people see it from, you know, buying used gear from. So I wanted to buy from both and see how it went. I've been pleasantly surprised both times, and I can honestly recommend both companies. Yeah. So I didn't want to make the video too long. I might come on here and do a little additive to, like, a second review after I've taken it out and used it on Saturday. I will come on here and I will do an honest review about taking it out and shooting at a family session with it, because it's a heavy lens. It's big. She is hefty. So I will probably do a follow-up video on probably either Saturday night or maybe even Sunday. I have church in the morning, and then I have a business meeting. I have a business meeting for VBS later that afternoon, or right after church, I do believe. So if I don't get it up by Sunday night, it'll be up on Monday. But I'll probably give you guys a review and show you guys the photos that came out of it, just so you guys can have a better idea. And I kind of want to get out with it and make sure that after a good amount of clicks with this thing and taking a good amount of photos with it, that it's going to hold up, and that nothing poops out on it and goes wrong. I will have my other gear with me for sure, just in case that happens, but I don't foresee any issues with it. So I will show you guys the photos from that next week-ish, if not this weekend. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. Yeah, just enjoy the rest of your week and stay safe.